Hi, Junior Achievers. My name is Sandy Gettelfinger, and I am a creative director at HGTV, one of the networks in the Discovery family of networks. And you may wonder what a creative director is and what a creative director does. Well, basically, we're responsible for what you call creative. All the stuff you see on TV, we help write it, we help produce it, we help the other writers and producers come up with really fun, interesting, good ideas that people want to watch on TV or TikTok or anywhere. So that's basically what my job is. And you may wonder, well, how do you get to be a creative director? How do you work for HGTV? I didn't know either. When I was in middle school or high school, I wasn't sure what I wanted to be really when I grew up. I don't think a lot of people do know what they want to do. So my best word of advice for middle schoolers and high schoolers is to explore, explore, explore. Talk to your guidance counselors. Try to figure out like what is out there. You know what made me think of being a television producer was back when I was your age, a new show had come out called Entertainment Tonight, which is not new. It's still on, not as cool as it used to be, like a TMZ might be now or a TikTok. But back then it was pretty cool to see writers and producers interviewing celebrities and finding out what they're up to and who had a baby and who's doing what and what the causes are that they're interested in. And so that kind of sparked my interest in television. And I always wanted to go to Los Angeles. But when I went to college, I stayed close to home in Massachusetts. I went to a really small state school. And people were like, ooh, you have to go to a big name school. No, you don't. You make the most of your education wherever you go. So I went to a small state school called Framingham State College in Massachusetts and studied television. So literally in college, we watched a lot of TV, we wrote it, we got to make our own videos, and we did some really cool, fun stuff. And so I was still inspired. Which is what I wish for you guys. Just find a career that inspires you. That's what's important. And I always loved writing. And so writing for television kind of was a good fit for me because I enjoyed writing. So what's a good fit for you? What do you enjoy? If you enjoy things like science, maybe you could work for the Discovery Network. Maybe you could work for NASA. Maybe there's a million other jobs out there for you. You just have to kind of explore and see what's there. I never thought about TV until I saw Entertainment Tonight. But back to my career story. So how did I get my first job in television? Well, my first job wasn't a job at all. It was an internship, which basically back then meant that you work for free for someone as you're getting experience and getting your foot in the door and learning the ropes of the actual job. And so I would do anything at the local news station that they needed. Sometimes it was printing copies of scripts and making sure they're organized or getting coffee. I also worked at a local talk show helping seat audience members and book travel arrangements and all that kind of stuff. But after my internship and after I graduated college, I always wanted to go to Los Angeles, and I had a friend there, so I was going to just go visit. And it just so happened that a girl I went to junior high with and high school, we were Girl Scouts together, was living in Los Angeles. And so I reached out to her after not talking to her for probably 6 or 7 years, got her phone number from her mom, and reached out to her in Los Angeles, and we went to lunch together. And that was like my second day after the plane landed in LA. I did lunch with her. And would you know that that day, she worked at Love Connection at the time, which was a dating show. Their receptionist had walked out and quit her job. And so she said, Sandy, you might be able to get a job in LA. You might be able to stay. I'm going to get you a meeting with my boss tomorrow and come and do an interview with her and see if you can get the job and then don't go home. And that's what happened. I got a job at Love Connection as the receptionist, which is basically answering the phone, taking notes, and giving the bosses all the messages. That's all it really was. But then I became a matchmaker, a contestant coordinator on Love Connection, and what they called a booker at the time, which was to help all the guests get to the studio for the actual taping of the show. And all of that happened because sometimes it's not what you know, but it's who you know. So make lots of friends, make lots of connections on your Facebook, on LinkedIn when it's time and you have a professional profile. Sometimes it's a combination of what you know and who you know, and you need to always be ready to meet the right people. So I stayed in Los Angeles for 15 years, and then what brought me to Knoxville, to HGTV, was also who I knew. A producer friend of mine from Los Angeles had already moved to Knoxville and was working for HGTV, and he knew I was a really strong writer, and he needed really strong leadership, and he called me and he said, "Sandy, I think you need to move to Knoxville." And I said, "Knoxville? I was going to go back to Boston. I'm a city girl." And I moved to Knoxville, and the rest is history. I've been here for 14 years working on HGTV. So honestly, you can do anything you want to do. You can be anything you want to be. It sounds so cliche, but it's really not. Explore, find out what's out there. Go to your guidance counselor, take one of those tests, a career aptitude test of what you think you might want to do. I took a couple once and it said I should be a nurse, a teacher, or a funeral director because I'm very empathetic. But no, I'm a TV producer. But it will help just expand your horizons to see what else is out there. You can be it, you can do it. Good luck.